Yeah.
All right. So, welcome, everyone who, made time to show up today. This is the new moon in Capricorn. It is January 2nd, 2022. Can you imagine all the twos that are happening right now? Just wait until February. But anyways, it is my birthday. I am 48. It's my solar return. This is my 48th return. And my lovely guests here with me, Gitte from Denmark and Patty in Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, indeed.
And we hold these new moon events every month and full moon and then other events as well. If you don't know who I am, I'm Christine with 24 Karat Healing. I'm a spiritual medium, intuitive energy coach, old soul healer, and a soul purpose mentor. And really, I believe that we all have the capacity to heal. In fact, I was reminded today by Joel Osteen that many people have a cup. And you hear that analogy, half empty, half full, depending on your perspective. But he changed my perspective, meaning a lot of people are given a cup and they think this is all I have and I'll never have any more. But what he's saying to us is that God is the universe is God, and so are we. Our cup runneth over all the time. And that's how we need to think about abundance and manifestation and who we are in the world as a we are one consciousness. So we are only limited by the proverbial cup that we have. Right. And I was like, wow, thank you. I needed that. Because a lot of times we tend to get so inner focused on the outward circumstances, but there are none. It's an illusion. So I want everyone to
Oh, I love those classes.
encapsulate 2022. I couldn't resist because in Peru, they really believe in the magic of law of attraction. Now, some people might think it's old wives' tale, or we're being, if the black cat walks by you, then, a superstition. Yeah. But for them, they believe that yellow is powerful in whatever form it is. So, of course, I think of
I keep my hair yellow.
Yeah, I think of the sun. So the sun is a very important part of this new moon as well. It's a solar return for the sun. Venus is in there as well, and Vega. Vega is a star. We'll talk more about that. I did a little bit of research like I always do. So really, we are expecting, we're marking the start of major personal transformations, total resets. The old and outdated cycles have now ended, Pisces, and brand new ones have begun, the age of Aquarius. This is happening. Instant manifestation, we see tangible results. We're reevaluating all our relationships. We're redirecting focus. Success is effortless. We don't have to strive anymore for anything. We are empowered because that's what we're doing. All that crap in 2021 that people keep talking about. We need to reflect and go, wow, we learned so much. We've evolved. We dream big. We prepare for changes, for upgrades. We have elevated self-belief. We are not led by our faulty belief systems. They're all being rewritten. High motivation, inspiration, clarity in our surroundings, what stays and what needs to go. So I see that as decluttering in all aspects. Insightful breakthroughs, gaining answers, closures, clearing out old energies to make room for the new. And this is what the new moon is. It's about setting intentions now and extremely positive changes ahead. And then I was reminded by my son when I sent him a WhatsApp for the Happy New Year, or, to wish him a Happy New Year. And I told him about, 360 days of, infinite happiness. And then it reduced down to, the times, the seconds and all of that. And he came back to me and goes, I think 31,536,000 seconds of joy is overkill. I gotta love a 24-year-old, right? But amen to being comfortable with all your emotions. This is coming from, we're saying that our new generation is lost. They are not. They are awake, more awake than I was at his age. even, the kids that are just coming in, they're like, boom, instant. He says, both good and bad. So it's good to let it all out sometimes, he says. I just love the wisdom.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The wisdom is everywhere. It's in everything. And I think we're seeing that too, that no one is above anyone else. And that includes me. We are all the same.
Right.
Just because I have a channel and I'm sharing information and I do videos and all this stuff doesn't mean nothing. It does not mean anything anymore. I used to be attached to it. Absolutely not attached to it anymore. I'm having fun. And I think that's the biggest thing. Fun and joy. I was telling Gitte that joy is my word for 2022. So when that Dream Vision workshop that's coming up the middle of January, you can still register for that. Start thinking about what your word is. What's your intention? What's your feeling?
Mine is learning.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Learning what is the lesson and truly learning it so I don't have to keep repeating it.
Oh, wow. That's huge clarity. That's
Yeah,
beautiful, Patty.
I was watching Spirit Sessions this morning, and Emily Harrison was on, and Bill Hellman with the skull was on. And that was one of the questions that they wanted to know. The guest that they had on last week, I forget what her name was. She said, what is going to be your one word theme for the year? What is your theme for the year? And I was like, I just need to learn. I need to learn who I am, what I'm doing here, my mission, and need to learn from my mistakes. So I don't have to keep doing them.
And yeah, and I think, and shout out to Emily Harrison and Spirit Sessions, Teresa Warren, and and Bex and all of them. I was on their show years ago when I first started, so I know who they all are. They're great friends, and I appreciate what they're doing. And Gitte, have you thought about that yet? But you don't have to have an answer right now. I mean, we just started the new year.
I have a couple of
time. We still
I have a couple of issues. Not issues, but joy and my own authority. Trust my own authority, and I have been thinking about what is my authority, actually.
That's powerful.
And I think it must be my essence, my source, or the source, or God in me, I think.
Yeah, you know that to be true. So maybe keep reflecting on that. And when we go into our meditation later, and just start really honing into that feeling, because that feeling is just going to, I see it as marinating. It just seeps into every nook and cranny. And then and I think of Esther Hicks too, it just vibrationally matches that whatever's coming into your field is cyclical, and that's Age of Aquarius, that economy, it expands. We're rewriting everything, the economy, the government, religion.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, the unholy trinity, as Michael likes to say. So this new moon really is about earth, food, and money. Interesting. I mean, Capricorns are naturally, grounded. But we're bookended in freedom, and we're all about organization, structure, and systems. I would agree with that. And we're creating new government, new society, new self. We're ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is, you like to take charge, responsibility, standing up for yourself. So interesting. Gitte says authority, right? 5 planets out of the 10 right now are in earth signs. So like half, we're very grounded coming in this new year. It was different from the 2021 new year. And we're doing trines and squares, and Venus is in retro, but really we're new ways of working. And one of people I follow, Braca, Goldsmith, she talks about Pluto return of the in the USA, which is really talking about revolution, that revolutionary energy, because that's what Pluto is about. So huge possibilities to make societies work. We're resilient, we're strong, we're in mental training, because really it's our thoughts that create our belief systems, right? So if we're rewiring, redoing everything, just imagine the possibilities. Food projects. I mean, where I am in Peru, in Lima, food is naturally abundant, and we're trying to find ways how we can share this with everybody to recreate, co-create, model, remodel this whole system wherever you live in the world. Our health, herbs, organic, vegan. I mean, the Google search for 2021, the trend was vegan. It was up 5,000%. People are looking for all natural ways to infuse our mind, body, and spirit. So nature, food sharing, second harvest, where I think they're in Canada. I don't know, maybe they're North America, but they go to restaurants, they go to places that would normally throw their food out and share it and redistribute, because I think we're really aware of food waste and how wasteful we are.
I wish we had that here. We don't. I mean, I used to work for McDonald's eons ago when I was like 18, and I'm 56. I'll be 56 in 3 weeks.
Oh, that's right.
And the food that they throw away is a crime. They keep it for a half hour, and after a half hour, it gets chucked.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And it is absolutely amazing the amount of food that goes to waste when they could be giving it away to, to people, instead of throwing it. Why throw it? Why not just say, this is it's an hour old, but would you like it? There's so, and the rescue mission is right down the street. I mean, and the amount of homeless people in the area,
I know,
is
that's
unbelievable.
It is. It's a real, I just got the message. We are all homeless in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but we're really seeing the glaring effects of how we have left home here. God.
Yeah, right.
The Eden, the home. Right. It's the same. So we're seeing it, and I know there's amazing people out there. I'm connected to climate healers now, and they do so many other things. So we are rising up like an ocean, like the Pachamama. It's in Peru, it's the feminine, it's the ocean. They honor the water. And I think the water is going to be the biggest part of 2021.
Right.
Or sorry, 2022. I mean, it was part of 2021 as well. So there's going to be new communities. And I've even heard in April 2022, I keep getting the message, even after February 22nd, 2022, which is the year of the tiger. That's a whole nother video and conversation. But the old is going to be blown apart, and we're going to be back to nature, and plants and animals. That's a nonverbal world. I think that's energy that we need to get back to that. And we're just tuning into messages more, but they're talking about the worldwide opening, whatever that means, in April. Things are really opening worldwide, no matter what they're telling you otherwise.
Yeah.
All right. So they're just saying it's going to be real and tangible. There's going to be more uprising and more unfairness, but we are not taking the narrative anymore. We're fully aware.
The Palladians said something about that with Baraka, about come April that the world is going to open up. I remember hearing something about it, and I remember writing it down.
Yeah. April is and I've heard it from, I can't remember his name, Brad Johnson. He does New Earth as well. So just some interesting, and then we seem to all have the same type of messaging. Right. So, all
Gotta
right.
be true.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess maybe get your candles ready. If you like to smudge, bring your Palo Santo, your sage. I burned a bay leaf the other day, the dried bay leaves, and they go up like firecrackers. They're fun.
Yeah, I can.
And maybe some sweet grass, or I don't know, burn whatever you'd like. You know, it's your time. You showed up here, and we're clearing away anything old that maybe, you know, we kind of carried into the new year is now being taken away at this point. It can't hold, it's heavy, and we don't want to carry heavy anymore. We've done all the heavy work we've been doing this since 2020, all the heavy work. I mean, there's
Right.
still work, but we're letting go of things that we don't feel is for us to carry anymore. It just goes back. It goes back to where it belongs. I feel like we pick things up knowingly or unknowingly that we felt we had to, like, yeah, like I'm thinking of the wounded healer. That Chiron type of energy where we want to help and fix everybody, but now we've come full circle to know we can't do that. It starts with the person.
And if all of us just take a few at a time, we could heal it.
Yeah. Yeah. Not
do it alone.
bring 15 things that you want to change in your life and do 10%, not half-assing it. As I tell the community, we have to whole ass everything, and they laugh.
Right.
So pick one thing or two and do it so well that people are like, wow, what's happening with Patty and what's happening with Gitte? I want to know more. They're just, you ladies are amazing anyways. You showed up here. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
Exactly.
And giving us this opportunity.
I love connecting with you. I would do the new moon ceremony on my own, but I find it more fun to share with others, whether it's just myself or I have, you know, you beautiful souls with me. So, so really this, if you want to light your candle, and we're going to set an intention, and we're just going to talk more about the new moon. You can lay down, you can sit up, you can do whatever you'd like. And then at the end, I will pull a card, or we will pull a card for the message for the moon. So yeah, and enjoy your time here. So we just want to get you grounded in your energies, and we're going to take this time to firmly plant our feet on the ground. But if you're laying down, just imagine you're firmly planted and rooted to the ground, to the earth, because this new moon is about being earthy and grounded and rooted, and knowing that you're secure and always will be. There is never anything to fear. We are safe, we are secure. We have roots, and these roots are now going down into the ground. And just imagine them, you know, smashing through the rocks and the trees, the roots, the debris, all the layers, and into the crystalline grid, because we are the crystalline grid. And we're ever expanding, and we're spreading, and we are rooting into a beautiful, you can pick the stone, the crystal of your choice. Is it a rose quartz? Is it a tiger's eye? Is it a turquoise? Is it an ammonite? Is it an angel auric crystal? Is it a crystal quartz? Is it a shungite? What are you being called to? What's the color? Maybe you don't know the name, but you know the color. Pick the color, choose the color, feel the color. Maybe it's rainbows. Rainbows turns into white light. So whatever it is, Feel your roots wrapping around this beautiful stone, and you can actually feel it's like a heart, and it's pulsating because it's energy, and so are we. And you're like, wow, I can feel this. I really feel this. So when I'm feeling off, or I'm feeling energized, or I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling angry, these are all of your emotions. These are valid. These are feelings. You're going to now recognize them instead of going, ugh, I don't want to deal with this. We're going to look at it and go, thank you for showing this to me, Gaia, Mother. And wrap your roots around this beautiful, shining, vibrational crystal and start pulling it back up to the way it came. And you can feel it gently grounding you and pulling you back and merging heaven, which is yourself, really, and earth, heaven and earth. Heaven and earth are together. And take that beautiful energy through. And really, this is about Venus. And Venus is, you think about that goddess energy. She's completing her cycle right now, and she's starting another, and it meets up with the moon, and she meets up with the sun. And now she is activated with the star Vega. And Vega rises as a morning star for a whole new 19th month cycle. So this is like the chrysalis phase, because we really are rebirthing, renewing. We've learned so much, and now we're like, okay, I'm going to take all of this beautiful energy that I have and bring it into fruition. And there's a lot changing. This really is your metamorphosis. It is short, but it is potent. So just think about that, however that looks, however that feels. And I'm being reminded that this is a larger 19th month cycle in Gemini, which is interesting because that began in June 2020. So really only maybe 2.5 months after the pandemic started. Very interesting correlation here. So this is an overtone in Capricorn, and that begins January 14th. Venus meets the sun, and it's also closest to the earth. And many say this is a new start in our cycle, but this is experientially based. So we don't see the cycle beginning until she rises as a morning star. That's how the ancients observed new beginnings. January 8th. So see how you go into that metamorphosis? Takes about a week. So really this chrysalis phase is transition, resting, recouping, reflecting on your goddess or even your God journey, but you've got to incorporate that goddess, that love, that mother, that feminine, just love, integration, releasing what was created, what was learned and journeyed through. And we're offering wisdom back to Great Mystery because she builds a bridge from one journey to another. She notices that we're seeing this ending. We hold seeds of new beginning. So we are metamorphosizing. Now that's a word. Metamorphosizing. This is a time to observe. And we are representing, because Venus represents the inner planet of the feminine principle in creation. And information, perception, communications, storytelling, multi-dimensional messengers, breaking free of old rules, structures, and youthful creativity. Just imagine all of this coming in. You're imagining all of this. This is a cycle. This really is your signature. This is your overtone of what Capricorn brings in. Venus is exploring what it means to be a wise woman, what it means to be an elder, the one who knows how to create systems and structures that truly serve the planet moving forward. So look for Vega on January 14th, rising with Venus together in the morning sky. Just like yourself, rising. What is rising? What is reverberating out? What is going to be part of your metamorphosis? Just imagine that coming in. Maybe you hear it, maybe you feel it, maybe you smell it, maybe you taste it, maybe you know it, or it comes in at a later time. Just really hold on to the feeling. And we're clearing off the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus. This is your sun energy. This one is highly activated right now, highly activated. Not to crush goals, not to strive, but to thrive and to encapsulate, create, co-create, communicate, creativity, community, connection, because that's really what we all want at the core. At the core is connection. Even if we look or sound or feel different, it doesn't matter. We're all just trying our best. And that's all that matters. Empathy, compassion, bring it up to the heart, clearing off any old wounds. There are none. They're now being gifted back to the ancestors. Thank you for all the knowledge, all the lessons. We see them, we know them, we feel them when we're the chain breakers. That's it. No more intergenerational trauma. It is done. Done. It is the past. We are the presence. We are the present. And don't be anxious of the future because it changes. So it's a wasted energy. Don't do it. Come back to the heart. The heart knows. The heart knows. We're clearing off the throat chakra. So you're really, when you're speaking, people are paying attention. People are listening. People are like, wow, where did that come from? But in an impactful way. And some people might say so and others will not, but they're observing what you're doing. Third eye, third eye. Huge, huge, huge activations here. Don't be scared of what comes in. In fact, I think a lot of us have been working on this already, and we're feeling fully comfortable with the messages that come through. The more that we tune in, the more that we tune in, inward, in, yin, yin. Yeah, feminine. Thank you. I'm reminded of this. Anytime the ego goes, no, that you know you're being pulled out, come back. Go, you know what? Get in the back seat. You don't have the wheel. We are the wheel. We're part of the wheel. I'm being reminded of this wheel. Okay. Maybe this has to do with the Wheel of Fortune in Tarot as well. Because really, you think about it, you spin the wheel, you never know what you're going to get. But it's always something that will spark the joy and the peace and the love, or something that will spark you to look at something and go, okay, I'm looking at this with fresh eyes. One eye. I'm not being triggered. I have no buttons. No more. No more. And yeah, I also hear it is a lonely journey. It can feel like that, but it's not. It's not, because when you start sharing how you're feeling with others, you will be surprised, the people that come out and go, oh my goodness, me too. I thought it was just me. No, not at all. That's where the connection comes in. And then it's like that bay leaf. It's a sparkler. It just sparks, it ignites. Boom, it's the catalyst. It's the catalyst. Okay. Crown chakra, clearing that off. We're clearing. And now we're fully anchored in God, fully anchored in Christ consciousness, encapsulating, cup runneth over wherever I go. Love, love, creativity, compassion overflows, abundance overflows. It flows in, it flows out. It is a cycle. We are cyclical, like the number 8. We are alchemists. We are magicians in our own right. Love and light and only of the highest, anchored. All right, we're bringing this back down through the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart. So as above and as below, merging to the soul, the heart chakra. And you can tune into that love at any time. It is an instant, a holy instant, as I'm being reminded. And as we send all this energy out to the world, whoever needs this, whoever needs to feel love and compassion, maybe there's something that's holding you back. Maybe you're feeling stuck. Maybe you're in fear. Maybe you're anxious. Maybe you're depressed. Maybe you have physical pain, not just mental, emotional. Maybe it's spiritual. It's all being cleared across all timelines right now. Across all timelines, we're removing any frictions, any attachments, any cords. Archangel Michael is coming in to assist, wielding his golden mighty sword. Just imagine cutting those cords. Pick a person, pick a bunch of people. Just imagine it being cut away and saying, thank you. I send this back to you in love and light. All healing, all one, all around the world. Animals, plants, people. Interesting. That spells app. Animals, plants, people. Okay. All right. So take your time coming back in. Just take your time. Maybe you're going to pick up your journal and start writing as I'm speaking. Maybe you'd like to encapsulate this energy, and you can do this with me as well. Rub your hands together, building up a friction, a vibration, an energy, and then pull them away slowly. You can feel, I haven't done this in a while, your own energy. This is your energy ball. This is your chi ball. This is your love ball. Whatever this is yours. Feel it. Everybody has the capacity to heal themselves. It's right here. Jesus was a hands-on healer as well, or hands-off, however you want to look at it. So be like Jesus when you walk by someone, they're like, wow, what was that? Anyways, so we take this ball and you can place it anywhere you want. I like to put it over my crown. So it's like a shower. It's smoothing out my aura. We're seeing if there's any holes, any tears, anything that's a little weak that needs to be strengthened, or you can put it across your solar plexus, or maybe you're like, I want it on my third eye. Doesn't matter. It's your golden ball of energy. All right. So just going to pull a card. We are going to pull a card from the Shaman's Dream. I have my eye on a tarot. It's a Spanish tarot deck. I seen it at a bookstore and I think I'm going to get it. Anyways, just so I can learn more Spanish. All right. All right. So, and tarot is fun. I believe this year is supposed to be about pentacles. So pentacles are about coins and money, abundance, naturally, right? So we are going to see what else they would like to say about this new moon. Is there a specific message for anyone who's watching or listening with us today about the new moon, about 2022? What is the most important message? Oh, okay. It looks like we need to go into our gestation period. And it's funny, many are in winter right now, including Peru, but it's the southern hemisphere, so it's backwards, but or forward, however you'd like to look at it. It's interesting. You see this spiraling energy. I see butterflies. I see moths. I see frozen water, but I also see water as well. And I also see the crown in this as well because of the coloring. So really allowing your connection to source to come in through periods of rest. And the yin. The yin is about reflection, going within, taking a nap, reading a book, having some tea, and really just allowing the messages, the messaging to come in. Maybe your words, your intentions, your vision board, whatever you're working on, your business, a relationship, family, all of it. It's very, wow. It's interesting. I feel like I'm being, I don't know what the word is. I almost feel like I'm dizzy in a way. So I don't know if it's here or someone else that watches, but maybe they have issues with balance or vertigo or dizzy spells. I don't know what that's about, but I felt dizzy, or maybe it's confusion. So, and the winter's dream, I mean, 63 also reduces to 9, and today is a 9. If you reduce all the numbers, you add them all up, it's a 9 day. So we've got double 9s. It's about God's wrap up, God's code, sanctuary. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream and lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. Not controlling it, not forcing it, not striving. But you have to be, they're also talking about being careful that it doesn't lull you into a slumber where you lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. So I guess that's why we do the as above, as below. We're very, we're out there, we're in the cosmos, but we're grounded at the same time. So it's practical.
Mm.
So let me know if you have any questions, or if you wanted to share how you felt at this time, or if you want to keep it to yourself, go for it.
Well, I pulled a card too from.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad
from the
you
Starseed.
I should have said that as well. If you feel called, pull your own card too. Yes.
Yeah, this is the Starseed Oracle card. And it's the 7 star sisters, birthing
Ooh.
creations, tapestries of life expression. It says there's new creations that want to be born, and beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in a new era of consciousness and do your bit of weaving the web of life.
I love that.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's what 2022 is all about, is about creating new and letting go of the old. So I really love this card. Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing from the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stop seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of our true nature.
Yeah, I love that. True nature. You said that.
Yep. So surrender to the creative projects that are both scared and excite you, and find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life, for their creativity, spirit, and soul are present, and the world needs those qualities now more than ever before.
Amen. And I'm tied to the Pleiades. I resonate highly with that as well.
Yep.
So thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
And how
Thank
about you, dear Gitte?
Oh, in the meditation you're thinking?
Well, if you wanted to share anything, if not, just
Yes,
revel and enjoy.
I was in a very peaceful state. The crystal in the earth was green. Emerald
Green.
green. Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I also got in touch with the earth chakra.
Chakra,
It's,
yes.
Yes, it's the black velvet black actually. I feel it. And it gave me very much peace.
Mm.
Yes, and the color of actually light blue came through me.
Light blue.
A laser blue, I actually.
Mm.
Laser blue, yeah. And this pulsation, very slow, I call it actually the breath of God. I don't know if it is, but I'm calling it. It's very, very slow, very peaceful, and there's a lot of love in it.
Nice.
And the air I'm breathing in is like it's never been taken in before. Like fresh, cold, never ever used before air.
Wow.
And it clears, it's as if it's clear the whole system actually.
Wow. That's beautiful, Giddy. That
Yeah.
almost sounds like a poem. You just wrote a poem.
Okay.
I love that. No, like baby's first breath, like the first breath, like fresh air. Yeah.
Right out of the womb. Yep. That's beautiful. Yeah.
I love
My
that.
mine was Hermerkadite. How do you say the diamond?
Herkimer diamond. Yeah. Herkimer.
Yes, that was mine.
Yes.
Herkimer
Oh,
diamond.
that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of Gitte's, if it's maybe like an angel light, or what's that really light blue one? We'll have to find it later, but why don't you start searching for it and see if you can find one on Google, or when you do a search, to see if you find it.
The crystal or the color you're thinking?
The crystal, yeah, the crystal. The
Yes,
color.
okay.
Yeah. Maybe that's part of your new moon, or your part of your visioning
Yes,
for 2022.
Oh, it's too dark here.
You probably have lots of crystals.
Yes, but I'm not into their meaning, but I love them.
Okay. Well, there
Yes.
might be a message in there, I guess, is what they're saying. So,
Okay.
and I think in my video, I had asked everyone to bring, maybe you guys might have missed it, but your baby pictures.
Yes, I forgot it again.
Here is mine. I've got the baby, and then I look like a little alien, and then
Oh, you're
the
so
curly
sweet.
red hair.
Well, I was raised by my grandparents, and we didn't do a huge amount of picture taking, but I do have one.
Yeah, I was
I can
lucky
get
to
it.
get, my dad gave this to me, so I was shocked. I was like, I didn't realize, but it was my aunt who had it. When she passed, we went through her apartment, and that's what we found.
That's me.
Aw, well, you got the
see it.
blonde
Can you
hair
see it?
going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
All my kids had that light blonde hair. Even my granddaughter, remember Sophia?
Yes.
With that beautiful blonde hair too. And she just loves to change the color to pink all the time. And I'm like,
I don't blame her. I love pink too. No.
me too.
Oh, wow.
too.
Well, this was amazing. You guys, I'm actually going to stop recording, but then we'll talk offline. But if there was one last thing you wanted to share before I said goodbye.
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, thank
Yes,
you.
it was a beautiful meditation.
Oh, you're welcome. I love doing it because
That's
it's for me too. I really enjoy just going within. We need more times to go within. And if you miss this and it's on the replay and you're like, oh, darn, I wanted to be here live, go to the meetup group, meetup.com, 24 Karat Healing. You'll find me there. You find me all over social media or on YouTube, and maybe subscribe to my newsletter or go to my website at 24carathealing.ca, and then you'll know when we're here and what we're doing. But I'm wishing you an amazing new moon in Capricorn, and I will see you in a couple weeks for our dream vision map. And I'm making the draw for the one-on-one mentorship. There's one more day for the draw, and I know Patty's entered. There's a couple people that have as well. There's quite a few. So best of luck, and I'm sending you lots of love. And please remember, healing begins where the ego ends.